2 or 3 times, but they never take it on board the first time. Gibson Forbes, put your hand up. Yeah, Wayne's over the back there.
Yo.
Cheers, mate. Glen, there you go. We got, actually, we've got Carmel's here. She's in administration. Jen. We've got the Kerry, who's been with the company for 30 odd years now, and to be fair, I was sort of liking the same Todd probably 30 years. Maybe you don't look like that. So also here we've got the directors of the company, and without foremost, a lot of people don't know that Jets Transport is 3rd generation company, so we've been around a long time, and obviously that mantle's been handed off the kids. So we've got Julie Cleveland over the back there with her partner Sean, and we've got Nick Cleveland and his wife Taylor, who's the director of the company. So great to have all the Jets team along here tonight to celebrate what is Todd's 40th birthday. I guess the one person that we probably need to put our hands together is the person that put this all together, because we know this guy wouldn't have any idea about putting something together like this. Because if you know Todd as long as I have, he would have no inception or any idea that he should celebrate his 40th birthday. So, Cheryl, congratulations. Before I get onto the work side of things, I just want to touch on a couple of personal things with Todd. I spent a bit of time with him. I've been with him about 3 years. I worked in the dispatch, and we're pretty much clones. We're side by side on a day-to-day basis. I had the opportunity to go out with him socially, and when you go out with Todd socially, I like it a little bit like an Olympic event. If I'm going out, I'm going to run the marathon, but unfortunately, Todd's out to do the 100-metre sprint. So it becomes, it's a bit like when you talk about rugby, you go and watch an All Black Test match, he's more of the sevens mode. He's the short, sharp game, and then the night descends into some sort of form of chaos where you find yourself babysitting somebody by default. And that person is Todd Thurston. You might have experienced that. Now, just a little thing about Todd, and you know your Toddisms, as we call them, and they always come out. Last week, obviously, Thursday, week prior, was his birthday, and I'm sort of checking things, and Jen, this is your fault, because I checked in the file, and it said the 6th of the 6th, but I knew that was wrong. And he told me on the Saturday prior that my birthday is actually on the Thursday. And so Friday morning, I'm sort of saying to him, hey mate, isn't it your 40th? And he goes, yeah, that was yesterday. And I was like, you absolute knob, because that's Todd Thurston. He didn't tell anybody at work that it was birthday. And so I said to him, listen mate, so what did you do? And he goes, I had family come round and so forth. And he goes, but I had to go to bed early because at 5:30 a.m. on the Friday morning, he was doing deliveries in Palmerston North. He had to get up at 3 a.m. That's another Toddism where he just doesn't say anything and things just happen. An absolute idiot. So anyhow, I was talking to him on the Friday morning. I said, listen mate, congratulations, happy 40th. What did you do? He goes, listen mate, I got myself a piece of paper, quite a decent sized piece of paper. And he says, I got myself a pen and I was going to write down all the things that I achieved in the 40 years, whether it be sporting, work achievement, personal things that really sort of made a connection for him and hitting that 40-year-old mark. And I said, well, how did you go? He said, well, I spent about an hour and a half on it. And I'm telling the story. I spent about an hour and a half. I said, so obviously there's quite a bit of information written down when you look about it. He goes, no mate, I didn't get anything down. Oh my gosh. Look, the obvious ones, and there's 4 of them, obvious one is obviously Devon. It's like a chapter in a book. One chapter closes and another one opens. So for Toddy, he's at the 40-year-old age mark. But that's just a new beginning. And for anyone that hits those milestones, you close one chapter and you open another chapter in your life. And for Todd, he's been fortunate to open another chapter in his life where he still has to share that with his kids and now Cheryl. So congratulations on that. It wasn't all doom and gloom having a blank page, but the reality is that you've got a new start, not say in life, but for the next 10 years you can map your own future. So congratulations to that.
Yes.
Now we're talking about sporting achievements. I wasn't going to go there with this, but are there any black caps in the house? Yeah! No, I don't think so. Is there any Firebirds here? No? Any Firebirds? No. Is there any Wellington representative players here?
Yes, 2 up there.
Oh, there is 2. Well, congratulations, Todd. You know somebody. I always look into a room and say, wow, who's that person? He's an old man. Shit, this guy must be connected. But no, Todd told me that his 14 days as cricketer, he was quite a handy. And to be honest, I haven't seen him play. But he sort of sees himself as a bit of a quickie. You can get that ball down there pretty quick. Now, I know cricket, and I know like Dennis Lilly, you've got Joel Garner, Richard Hadley back in the day, and they're all sort of 6'4". They bring the ball down at a great height. Now, standing next to Toddy, I'm sort of an average bloke. To be honest, they're short. So as a pace bowler, I know that he probably has to work really hard at his craft, and he has to dig that ball into ground to make anything actually happen. And behind that, there needs to be a little bit of cunning when you're actually bowling the ball. And I guess that's probably one of the special things that Todd has. With his limited, and I'll say it, height ability, he was able to manage being a reasonable quickie in his own right, but had the cunningness to beat batters with the ball. So congratulations on that home front, Toddy, with your cricket.
Yeah.
I think I've covered all the social aspects of it, and obviously with Todd working with us at G Strength. So I want to talk a little bit about his work side of things now, because Todd's actually quite special, and I mean it in the nicest
camera,
possible way. Why do they laugh? What am I missing here? I know he's special. Todd's very special. Look, there's a certain amount, and I see all the boys that come through work and that, and we have all our little conundrums, and you know, it takes them back and they go, what have I done, boss? What do you want to tell me? The one thing I know with Todd, that he wears his heart on his sleeve. So we don't have to ask him to do things, he just does them. And that's quite unique in this day and age, particularly with truck drivers, because it's a very challenging job out there, and even when he was in dispatch, he's been with the company for 10 years, he had a little bit of a break, but he saw the light, he came back to the womb, can I say that? He came back to the womb, he's found his place at home, which is a family business, and the one thing about Todd is that, in some respects, that's what he's all about, is about family. So I know for Nick, and obviously for Michaela and Juliet, he is very special because what he does is that we never have to ask. He's not one of those guys that puts his hand out, he puts his hand up. And that's a rare commodity in the freight industry. So I congratulate you on that also. So a round of applause for Todd. And that's it, like, he can wean out the guys that are wannabes, the could-bes, and he's a good ear for us in the business. So we know what's happening on the floor, we know what's going on, and we know that that benefits the company. That's nothing detrimental about him, but it just shows the type of guy that he is. So on behalf of G Transport, we want to thank you for your contribution over those years. We congratulate you on reaching your 40th. And as we say, you know, within life, is that life is all about love. And it's also all about hope and having faith in the things that we do. And also about having peace, because we're in a very, very tricky situation globally, but it's about peace and it's about being everybody inclusive.